Yes.
But then when he
We are
says we're
building
building
something
something
special. It
special,
takes
it takes
time.
time.
Okay. How long, Joe? No, I'm not even being swarmy or nothing. Because I love this when the few fans now that do have that take. How long? Like
Well, and
how
here's
and Mikey,
the
what do you think?
stats.
Wait, hold on, Desmond. Hold on. This is my school. Like, let me finish, okay? Because we think we all don't want the same thing. Or do you think that our expectations are misguided? That we expect to win the Big Ten every year, to beat Ohio State every year? No one is saying that, okay? But we are saying that in a 7-year span, there should be something that you can show that's tangible,
Concrete.
trophies, concrete, not just feather dusting. Oh, nice 9 wins, 10 wins here, but you haven't done anything. You haven't
Trending
left your
towards
mark in
the,
history.
XYZ. Yeah. Well, it is.
So,
So I saw a stat, and this may have been done by Steve Dace over the summer.
mhm,
But essentially, what it said was a coach in a new school, if he does not win the conference or a national, or I'm sorry, it's conference. So if he doesn't win a conference championship within the first 5 years, like he ends up not winning one. So like that's the window on if it's a yes or no is 5 years. Like if he's going to win it, it's going to be within those 5 years. Like people bring up Dabo. So a comment here: how many years did Dabo get before he got a hit with Taj Boyd building his program? Um, Dabo won the ACC within 5 years of
I think
becoming the
it's
head coach.
2010. What was it? 2010, 2011. I had to go back. I'm pretty sure 2010. It went 10-3, and they won the ACC. I'm literally going off memory though, so we have to double check.
Taj Boyd.
It's just I don't know, and and people know, but I'm curious about what your
Expectations were before the season. Did you think they'd be 8-1 going into Penn State?
no, I
I
didn't.
did not. No, I did not.
No, but I think didn't. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So for one, no, of course not. And me and Desmond and I, we have said multiple times that Harbaugh's done a really good job of turning around the season. Have we not said that, Desmond? I'm sure we said that many times.
Well,
That
if we
he's done
haven't,
a good.
yes, he has done a
We don't
phenomenal
use now.
job.
Do we use that disclaimer every time we're about to critique the team? No, because I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to use a disclaimer like, oh, Harbaugh's doing a great job, but like every time we do a critique of the
Expectations,
team,
they are fluid. They're fluid. Like
yes, they're
it's not
definitely
just
fluid,
before the
especially
season
year
started.
7.
Right. Year
You, you know,
7, and then also too, once you start to win games, like we talked about it.
yeah.
Washington was the first big test. You passed that one.
Mhm.
Wisconsin was the next big test. You passed that one. Once we got there, it's like, okay, you're cooking a little bit. So
Yeah,
now, right, dude. So you're in this place right now of whatever that was, 4 or 5-0. So here's what you need to do to continue to get this thing going, right? You need to develop the passing game. You need to, to have a counter when your run game isn't
right.
there and isn't, clicking on all cylinders. And we were told that we were crazy and there's so much time to work on the pass game and so on and so forth, la di da di da. Um, and when you had to lean on it and you needed it, you weren't able to drive down and get a score against Michigan State. So I yeah, I mean, expectations change. So that's part of being, a big time football coach at a big time program.
Well, in particular, once again,
That's
year
life.
7. So, like, if this was the first couple of years Harbaugh's tenure, then our uh the level of, I guess, critique wouldn't be as hard because expectations would be at a certain level, right? Like, I don't just because Michigan had a bad year last year doesn't mean I wiped it. For me, I didn't wipe the slate clean for Harbaugh just because he decided to make some changes, right? 'Cause it's all his work. It's all his
Right.
resume, right? Players
Mhm.
change, coaches change. He's the constant, right? So I just like this. This all blends into me. So once I saw that the team was becoming better, that they were having once again another opportunity to do something special, I started to critique them based on being able to do what we all want them to do, right? Do something they haven't done, which is to win the Big Ten. So it all comes from a place of wanting the best for them. And I'm tired, and I know you guys are too. I'm tired of hollow wins. Don't you guys for once just want to not just be talked about, but to have our moment, right? Why can't we have our moment where, championship Saturday, we are holding up the Big Ten title trophy, and now we get as fans, we get to enjoy that moment and look forward to the college football playoff selection show to find out which seed we are, right?
Or how
We
about
deserve
just
that.
getting to Indy on
I
championship
know that,
weekend?
but I'm trying to paint the ultimate dream here. I mean,
Got it.
so people
Okay.
can really understand. I mean, that's what we're working towards. And so we're talking about, so if the team is 6-0 and they're beating everybody on the schedule, but they're one dimensional in their offense, well, yeah, we're going to point out they're one dimensional, that being a potential problem, because that typically is not going to be a recipe that's going to help you get to that long-term goal, right? So that's the approach that it does not take. It's not just to bash or Walmart Wolverine or you're not happy. No, I'm very happy with wins, but I want the ultimate goal. I want the ultimate experience as a fan, right? I'm going on a soliloquy here, but I hate that I have to be able to do that, because if you guys only knew, we all want the same thing. At least I hope we do. I hope you guys want championships and not just participation trophies.
Yeah. So Aaron Harris says, what is good enough for you two to stop being negative? I can tell you mine. Beat Ohio State, go to Indianapolis.
Didn't I just okay? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they took the words out of my mouth. Year 7 Harbaugh, that's it. Aaron. How can I year 7 under this guy? Okay, Aaron. Let's say they're 8-1 now. Let's say they beat Maryland. They beat Penn State. They lose against Ohio State. They finish 10-2. Play in a Capital One Bowl.
What's in your wild?
That probably means they finished 3rd place in the Big Ten. So now you're telling me year 7, after 7 years, Harbaugh's best years, tops, we're finishing 3rd in the Big Ten East. We haven't got to a Big Ten title game. And a coach has just got to one of our biggest rival, if not our biggest rival, in Michigan State, has finished higher than Harbaugh ever has, which would be 2nd place. Or maybe 1st, based on if MSU beats Ohio State or not. So that's a situation that you're asking us to accept if Des and I's goal doesn't happen. I'm sorry. I don't think that's acceptable year 7 on the Harbaugh. I'm sorry. Like I just 10-2, hollow wins, didn't win crap. I don't think that's negative. I just mean you haven't done anything. There's just nothing. Like, I'm not going to remember this season. There's nothing to remember. It's just like blah.
Oh.
Blah. Blah 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 blah.